I do agree with you that most of these regulations do exist at the state level. And one thing a libertarian president would need to do is use the bully pulpit to try to push those at the state level. I can't control what governors and state legislatures do, but I can certainly advocate on their behalf to make it easier to start a job. The reason why I say I go line by line to the regulatory code is the regulatory code is gigantic. I can't tell you every single federal regulation that's in there that's inhibiting job growth, but I guarantee you there is an awful lot of them. But when we talk about why I want to go line by line, it's because we should not be having fees or any kind of business licensure or anything at the federal level that makes it harder for somebody to start a brand new business. But these things are as inhibitors. And you're right. Again, most of this occurs at the state level. The example that I always use is when I was in restaurants, I had to pay $35 a year for a beer pouring fee. I was not tested on whether I could pour beer correctly. It was merely a licensure for the state to collect money for me to be a server. And there are examples of this in the federal code as well. In fact, licensures and things of that nature that we can reduce the cost of or eliminate altogether. But we do, and this is, like I like to say, is the most unsexy part of my entire platform, because going line by line through the IRS tax code and the regulatory codes is a very cumbersome task, and it's not one that one person can do altogether. But I can tell you right now, Americans all across the country want to make it easier to start a small business, and eliminating some of these things like licensures and fees at the federal level, which, again, are a small part of the total number of things that are going to be inhibiting people's ability to start a business. But if we don't provide that example at the federal level, we're not going to be able to use the bully pulpit to push this at the state level. And so I would do what limited things I could to make it easier to start a small business.
I appreciate